Yo, welcome to Just the Tip. And I am your host and captain, and I'm with no one. I'm solo. I'm trying to do this, I don't know, on my own and see how it turns out. I am mechanically retarded when it comes to this shit, but tinkering around for a little bit here, and we're going to see if everything runs as smoothly as possible. So I have no idea on what I'm going to even talk about. I'm probably just going to go and talk about shit I like to talk about. And right now we got AOC. I really don't like talking about her. I don't even like listening to her, but she's on that weird shit. So let's hear what the fuck she's got to say. And then we'll move on through Twitter and see what the hell's crack-a-lacking on there. And then I see Magic the Gathering Aether Drift is trending. And I don't know. See where the fucking internet takes us. Let's see what's her cock holster has to say.
And one of the most simple things that we can do is just not comply. Today, the Trump administration, and also last night, the Trump administration signed a bunch of illegal executive orders. For example, Donald Trump tried to sign an executive
Illegal or immoral? They don't always equate.
Order to end birthright citizenship in this country, which is part of the Constitution. It is day one already trying to shred the foundational documents of American society and try to end birthright citizenship, which basically, as we know, if you are born in the United States, you are a United States citizen. That remains. That
Anchor
is the
Babies.
law, that is the Constitution.
Sounds like a good band name.
And he just tried to sign a piece of paper trying to say no. We don't have to listen to him. It's illegal. We don't.
Yeah, you're not even my real dad.
Don't have to treat this seriously. It's a joke. And that's not to say that what they're trying to do isn't serious. It is serious. But we should not consent in advance.
Wow, look at the pause. That right there is the money shot. AOC, she likes to talk just to hear herself talk. I'm pretty fucking sure. She used to be a former bartender. I can imagine what she made in tips. Did she turn on the charm, or was she exactly how she is politically? Wow. The mind just wanders. I don't know. So let's see what the fuck else is trending here. We're going to go home. Maybe, yeah, there we go. Trump commercial. Let's see what the hell this is about. First thing that pops up. Oh, it's
with eyes
her
wide
again.
open, what is inside this bill? Because we stand here just 2 days after President Trump gave unconditional pardons to violent criminals who attacked our nation's capital on January 6th.
Bro. What? Your 11-year-old girl hair sniffing ass homie pardoned a metric fuck ton of idiots, criminals, rapists, murderers, people that imprison children for cash scandals. Proceed.
And these are the people who want you to believe, who want us to believe that they're trying to, quote unquote, keep criminals off the streets. When they are opening the floodgates. I want the American people to know what is in this bill. Because in the guise and in the wake of tragedy, we are seeing a fundamental erosion of our civil rights. In this bill, if a person is so much as accused of a crime,
I want to hear Constitution. That's a bingo for us if we hear that. People throw the Constitution around like it was some sort of, I don't know, like it meant something to people, but I'm sure it does to a lot of people, but they use it as a talking point. Then they'll shit on it in the very next policy or sentence. So back to AOC.
If someone wants to point a finger and accuse someone of shoplifting, they will be rounded up and put into a private detention camp and sent out for deportation without a day in court, without a moment to assert their right and without a moment to assert the privilege of innocent until proven.
Innocent until proven guilty. If you're here contractually, again, legal, not moral, but you're here legally, then you would probably face those things and have your day in court. Whereas if you're here contractually illegal without any papers and you get to fucking stealing shit, yeah, okay.
Been guilty. Without being found guilty of a crime, they will be rounded up.
Rounded up.
That is what is inside this bill, a fundamental suspension of a core American value. And that is why I rise to oppose it. If you're a dreamer, all someone has to do is point a finger and you will be rounded up. And we have seen moments like these happen before. In the Patriot Act, in the wake of the travesty of 9/11, a fundamental suspension of American civil liberties. That is what we are seeing here today. Mr. Speaker, you may wonder why so many of our friends across the aisle who care so deeply about the rule of law happen to be so desperate to pass this bill, after they are unleashing people who attacked police officers here on this Capitol into
the very same police officers that this woman wanted to defund. Huh? Well, okay.
roaming our streets, who are publicly saying now they want to get a gun. Suddenly, these folks care about public safety? I don't think so. Look no further than the price tag of this bill, $83 billion. They know that it can't be paid for. They know that the capacity is not there. And you know what will be there? Private prison companies are going to get flooded with money who give paid for. They know that the capacity is not there. And you know what will be there?
This dick.
Private prison companies are going to get flooded with money who give this money, no doubt. I want folks at home to look. Look at what members of Congress are invested in private prison companies who receive this kind of money, and look at the votes on this bill. It is atrocious that people are lining their pockets with private prison profits in the name of a horrific tragedy and the victim of a crime. It is shameful. It is absolutely shameful.
I could not imagine that being my mother or something, or significant other. The lecturing is, it's bad.
And Mr. Speaker, I'll conclude with this. In a few months, there are members of Congress who voted for this bill who are going to pretend they didn't know about all the bad things that are going to happen because of it. So when a private prison camp opens in your town, when a dreamer...
Time has expired. I yield the gentlelady an additional 30 seconds.
So when a private prison camp opens in your town, and they say, we didn't know this was going to happen, know that they did, and they voted for it. When a dreamer is disappeared from your classroom, when the President of the United States destroys what is left of the Constitution as...
Bingo. We got a motherfucking bingo. I knew she was going to say that word. How'd I know it? Oh, I don't know. Predictive programming. Talking point. Null and void. What that man Elon talking about? This is about fairness. It's not fair that most people have to come to work and build products or provide services while federal government employees get to stay home and beat their wiener. The beat their wiener part, I added. Anyway, President Trump signs an order mandating, not woman dating, but mandating federal workers to show up in person for work. Holy fucking shit. Imagine doing that. You could just become a YouTuber. Oh my goodness. What do we got here? I know it's hard for some of you to accept, but I believe that all drugs should be legal. This does not mean that I agree with doing drugs. It just means that if you're going to do them, you shouldn't have to go to the dangerous black market and buy questionable supplies. I don't know. Pharmaceuticals also have drugs that have adverse effects and addictions as well. So I don't know. All right. And the man EDJ on Everything I Love. If this happened and it wasn't just shifting taxes elsewhere, I will wear a MAGA hat for a photo as soon as it's effective. You heard it here first. Whoa. Yo, President Trump's considering abolishing the federal income tax per NYT. How about abolishing the whole Fed in general? Get rid of the whole fucking thing. Scrap it. Someone's wearing a face bra down here. What's Defiant L posting about? He's always on some good shit.
It will separate families. It would lead again to continued discrimination. It's shameful that my colleagues are giving in to racist fear-mongering at the first opportunity to pass legislation to scapegoat our immigrant neighbors and fuel hate in our communities. I know what's going to happen. It won't just be undocumented. It'll be people like my mother.
What the fuck is dude wearing on his face? It's 2025, bro. You got a whole face bra on. Like, she needs to wear it. So I don't have to fucking hear her. We're not even gonna listen to the rest of that. She's a whole fucking idiot. I don't know who's a bigger idiot. This one or homie right here looking like a Mortal Kombat character if you ordered him off Temu. Let's see what's trending. Alexa Bliss is trending. Executive order. What? I just heard a weird noise. I don't know what it was. I'm probably fucking up over here. It's my first go by doing this myself. So, let me see here. Alexa Bliss, show more. Let me see what else is trending.
Let's bring in Steamboat Institute Blankley Fellow Amber Duke, along with attorney and RNC surrogate Mahek Cook. Thank you both for coming on. Amber, to you first. We have Mike Johnson.
What?
Who's on Sean Hannity tonight, and he said this.
What is going on?
I was with the president at the White House for 3 hours today with Leader Thune and other leaders from the conference here. We are all united on this agenda, Shauna. We know we got to deliver on that America First agenda. We will. We've been working on it already.
I mean, it appears that
Where's this coming from? I didn't play shit.
First time, Amber, in a long time.
It certainly seems that way, but of course they have a very slim majority in the House, and one of the complicating factors of getting Trump's agenda through
Stop.
wants to put his principles, his policies, all in one large package. And because the Democrats are obviously opposed to a lot of these policies,
Where the fuck is this noise coming from?
them a bone by saying, well, we'll include the LA wildfire relief. But if Speaker Johnson wants to include conditions on that aid, they could then lose those same Democrat votes.
And a lot of people really do want to put some conditions on those. Meantime, Mahek,
Oh,
Trump's
it's coming from my goddamn TV from behind me or in front of me. Hold on.
$1 billion project to build massive AI data centers. He said the following.
This monumental undertaking is a
Fucking basement's haunted, man. TV turned on behind the monitors here, and I was like, I thought it was coming out of the monitor, but no. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if anybody saw the bishop that did the whatchamacallit thing for Trump, and then she started lecturing him. Let's see if I can find that shit. God damn. I want to see the sermon itself. So, oh, not her again. God damn it. Oh, there she is again. Nazi saluting. Look at that. Let me see. We'll go to the tube of you and look up Trump sermon speech. Yeah. She scolds him. Do we have a fucking abbreviated version? They can do much better. Trump responds after, yeah. No, I need to see the actual sermon. Oh, it's 14 minutes long? No fucking way. I need a brief one. I'm not trying to watch that shit for 14 minutes. Here we go.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in
all credibility gone. Sure, there are gay children, but the transgender thing, no. They don't have the capacity to even understand or consent to doing that unless they're around people and they're a product of their environment, and this is kind of like pushed on them or spoke about in high volume so that that's all they know. Like a lot of this shit was spoken into existence, but they're kids. They're not transgender. So to sit here and say that, you know, this person is a person of God or whatever biblical being that they want to worship, there's a lot of books that would say that, or a lot of books in the book of parables, atheist, agnostic here. There's a lot of books that would say that he stood against that. Like, you got the body you got, and that's what it is. And it is what it is. So to sit up there and lecture somebody and bring up transgender children, you're fucking weird. And you're corrupting the morals of a minor. And just a whole fucking weirdo. So I ain't mad. I am not mad that these people that talk this shit into existence are getting fucking roasted, ratioed. Fuck them. They're weird. Like, take that shit elsewhere. Leave the kids out of it. Like, if that's what you want to do with your life, so be it. But like, nah, not the kids.
Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes.
They're not showing his responses, his body language. JD Vance's body language is another video that I'm looking at right down on the right here. That's probably it, but I'm not going to watch that again. But you could just see them, like, they're like, what the fuck are we even doing here? Like, this chick is whack. What a fucking weirdo.
After we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes. And
legal immigrants, yeah.
And are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities.
I'm going to have mercy on everybody else and not watch any more of that. What the fuck? All right, we're going to go back to X. And there she is again. Blower's cramp on site. All right. Now we're going to go back to, what's Executive Order 11246? What's that about? Ending illegal discrimination, restoring merit. Oh, see what you talk about.
I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
You're wrong there, man.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
That's all I needed to hear. You should always, anything, you want the best suited person for whatever job or task that they're trying to provide. I mean, fucking cares about color. They keep talking about it. That's the only thing keeping it relevant and keeping the race hustlers going. So, fuck those nerds. What else we got over her? They talk about Alexa Bliss. Did she show up? Is she back? I don't watch anymore. Sure, Alexa Bliss is doing okay. Hopefully they're planning something bigger for her return. Can't rush greatness. Good old Liv Morgan. Valiant Renegade is live, so if I suck, you can go watch him. I saw Magic the Gathering trending. All right, I'm a Magic the Gathering Commander player. My friends hate me. I build annoying decks and I frustrate them. But these new cards, man, these look like the fake Pokemon cards you buy at the flea market. The fuck? Like gold bordered. Oh. Country roads, take me home. Alright. I'm actually going to go to Scryfall. Let's see what the fuck they got with the Aether Drift previews. Alright. Count on luck. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. 3 red. That would definitely go well in a Prosper Tome-bound deck. I do like... I don't know if I like the gold. Well, the gold does go with the background here. So, not bad. Cloudspire Coordinator. It's a 3/1 human pilot. When this creature enters the battlefield, scry 2. You can tap them. Create X/1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens where X is the number of mountains, or no, the number of mounts and or vehicles that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. The tokens have this token's saddles, mounts, and cruise vehicles as though her power were 2 or greater. Huh. Weird. Full throttle. After this main phase, there are 2 additional combat phases at the beginning of each combat. This turn, untap all creatures that attack this turn. So that's 6. 4 colorless, 2 red. There are 2 additional combat phases. That's crazy. Make them indestructible for the turn. Swing away. Hour of Victory for 2 colorless and 1 black. Start your engines, which I guess is a new mechanic. Fucking weird. Whenever an enchantment enters, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Max speed for a black and a colorless. Sacrifice this enchantment. Search your library for a card. Put it in your hand. Then shuffle. That's not actually bad. Ketramos, the New Dawn, is a 4/4 with Menache, lifelink, and indestructible. Let's hit it up. Make it bigger so you guys can read it. Can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile, and whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you may draw a card and lose a life. Wow. Wow, wow, oh wow. And then we got the Market Backwalker. This creature enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. You could tap 4, put a 1/1 counter on this creature, and whenever this creature dies, draw a card for each 1/1 counter on it. I fuck with that. That's a good draw engine right there. I like it. Let's look at the gold one. I don't know if I'm not. These gold borders are weird. I'm sure on some cards it looks all right. Let's see this fucking Voyager Glide car for 1 white. Artifact vehicle. When this vehicle enters the battle, scry 1. Tap 3 other untapped creatures you control. Until end of turn, this vehicle becomes an artifact creature and gains flying. Put a 1/1 counter on it. It's not a bad card. I actually like that one with the gold more than I do the art on this is really weird. This whole set so far. I don't know if I'm feeling it. It looks very, I don't know. I mean, let's look at the Shark Pirate. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, put that many 1/1 counters on this creature. It's got cycling. Would that be good in a cycling deck? I have a cycling commander deck. The thing about cycling, when you have a commander deck, it's a mechanic, and the only way to really shut it down is if you have stifle effects, because you ain't countering too much. And my buddy has a Grand Arbiter deck, and one of the ways to beat his shit was to use a cycling deck, because much easier. You can't really tax me on my cycling shit. What else did they got? I think they got commander decks out. Oh, let's see this. Samut, the Driving Force for 3 colorless, a red, a green, a white. It's a 4/5. First strike, vigilance, haste. Start your engines. Other creatures you control get +X+0, where X is your speed. See, what is this speed shit? That's weird. Non-creature spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is your speed. How the fuck do you get your speed? Okay, it says here, start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns whenever an opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. It's just, I don't know. They're putting too many fucking mechanics into it. And they're actually getting away from, I don't mind Magic having new stuff, but I think they're getting away from the lore of Magic itself by doing all these other IPs. I don't mind it to a degree, but they're doing it too fucking much. It's just diluting the product. And so with Hasbro, and they need that money, they're just going to continue to push it out there because they want profits. They're going to make shit that just pushes people away. I haven't seen anything that makes me want to go and buy this set yet. Let's see where what an A for Drift. We'll go back to, all right, the Commander previews. All right, here we go. Temet, Noctunum's Will for 2 colorless, a white, a blue, and a black. It's a 4/4 with Vigilance and Menace, or Menace. Whenever you whenever you attack, draw a card, then discard a card. So it's a loot. Whenever you draw a card, zombies you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Meh at best. And for 5 mana, I'm not making that guy my commander. What the fuck is going on here? That's not what I asked for, sir. All right. Saheeli Radiant Creator for 1, a green, a blue, a red. So another 4/4. Whenever you cast an Artificer or artifact spell, you get fucking energy counters. The most annoying thing in Magic. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 3 energy counters. When you do, create a token that's a copy of a target permanent you control, except it's a 5/5 artifact creature in addition to its other types and has haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not seeing any cards that are just like, I need to get this set. And then also the reason they're doing Aether Drift is because they're getting rid of Kaladesh because of the DEI bullshit. They're saying Kaladesh can be considered racist, and there's no backing behind that. There's actually a mechanic in Magic for that, and it's called a reach or reach. All right. Pia Nalar, Chief Mechanic, for a green, a blue, a red, a 2/4. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control deals combat damage to a player, you get 2 energy counters. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, create an XX colorless vehicle artifact token named Nalar Aetherjet with flying and crew 2, where X is the amount of energy spent this way. Yeah. Garbage. And I like the art on this card. This one looks pretty, almost like a Celestial. Yeah. Hashiton Scarab's Fist for 1 white, 1 black, a 1/3. Whenever you discard a creature card, you may pay 2 colorless and a blue. If you do, create a tapped token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. That's not actually bad. When you discard a creature card, you could, use this in a cycling deck. Has some nasty Eldrazi's with Annihilator, and discard the motherfuckers. Have recursion, but when you're dropping that 4/4 black zombie, it's going to be an Eldrazi with an Annihilator for some retarded shit. So that's actually not a bad card. But other than that, I'm not really seeing anything out of this that is that moist, I'm not feeling it. And we're going to go back to the land of Twitter. Notifications. All right. Nobody cares about my notifications. What else? Actually, let's go to the Tube of View. I guess there's a fire going on again in Cali. Check it out.
That we might have rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday when we have fire weather on Wednesday. The firefighters have all banded together along with their law enforcement brothers and sisters, and they're out there. They've been on the line since January 7th, that Tuesday. Many of my LA County firefighters worked 9 days in a row before their first day off. That's 9 24-hour shifts in a row. They left their families. They missed important engagements. They missed birthdays to protect the residents of LA County. And that's what LA County firefighters do. And they're just like the other firefighters that Chief Garcia represents, or that Director Joe Tyler represents, or the deputies and the law enforcement officers that Sheriff Luna represents. They're tireless, they're driven, and they've done an amazing job.
Represent. Trump ends all DEI departments. It's almost like the right were so criminally abysmal that they just made, no, actually, the left was so criminally abysmal that they made the right look legitimate. And it's like, oh, come and save us. Oh, please govern me. Govern me softer. San Diego brush fire triggers a panic. See what's up with that. Modern problems, modern solutions. There's a lot of porn stars in the LA area. You can get a couple of them squirters out there and put this shit under control. Yep. Did you guys know that squirt is 90% pee? You learned it here first. I don't see the attraction as to why people want to live in Cali. Like, everything's on a hill. Always some fires or earthquakes, man. Like, taxes are fucking insane. There's no attraction. None. I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, Army Sergeant who danced with Melania Trump speaks out. Did he wear gray sweats? Let's see what this is here.
From Venezuela, we don't need their oil.
Another embargo like the first term?
No, it could be, but we don't want to buy. We don't have to buy their oil. We have plenty of oil for ourselves. So
President Trump.
That'll change Venezuela quite a bit.
President Trump, there was a lot of concern about this during the campaign. A question that only works today. Are you a dictator on day one?
No. I can't imagine even being called that. No, I believe in the sanctity of the vote. The Democrats didn't because they cheated like dogs, but I believe in the sanctity, and this was too big to rig. This last election was just too big to rig. But really the opposite.
When do you plan to speak to President Putin?
Could be very soon.
And you talked a bit about Ukraine and Russia, but how long do you think it would take to end that conflict? And
I have to speak to President Putin. We're going to have to find out. He can't be thrilled. He's not doing so well. I mean, he's grinding it out, but most people thought that war would have been over in about 1 week. And now you're into 3 years, right?
I think that if Russia wanted that war won, they would have won it. They do have, control of a lot of the gas in that region, and they could just turn their fucking gas off. So, plus they had the manpower. They could have fucked them up. I don't know. Fucking war pigs, dude. Back to X. All right. Tape leaks, gag orders, salutes. Oh my. It's live on X. Illegals. Let's see. The illegals. The immorals. Here we go. AOC again. Insurrection Barbie. Listen to this immigrant who came here illegally. I mean, why she has no sympathy for illegal. See what she's saying.
Well, if we're going to deport all the illegal aliens, who's going to pick the strawberries? Who's going to build my house? Illegal Americans. My own family, who is legal, a Mexican-American family, if you want to give us some DEI points, can build your house. My grandpa does construction. There are a lot of American skilled people that can do the job. But the only reason why they don't want to do that and want to have illegal workers is because they can pay them for lower wages, which they...
This illegal angle that they're using, who's going to build the houses, do your dishes, it's emotional blackmail. There are fucking people here to do it. So, I mean, it's a very terrible spin. It's another yet a gaslight.
They will accept. And this is just wrong. I have a feeling that during the time when they were trying to ban slavery, you definitely had pro-slavery people being like, but who's going to do the jobs for free?
Damn. See what you did there? Oh, here it is.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you.
Look at his face.
And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people
Here we go.
in our country who are scared now.
Watch his face.
There are
Transgender.
gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democrat.
Fucking JD Vance immediately like, this bitch.
Republican and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens.
He's just like, let's fucking go.
Or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities.
I don't know why this dude sat through that whole thing. I'd have been like, yo, I'm out. Like, you're fucking weird. We're done. The hood is coming for the illegal. What?
In Buford, they always be at the farmers market over there on the south side at the big farmers market. But Chamblee, that's little Mexico, Chamblee, Buford side, all that right there. Oh, they always be at the gas stations too. All the gas stations, QT, they be at the QT when you get off on is that Turner Hill, the one that's over there by the Six Flags? What exit is that? Them all the Mexicans be outside.
She's snitching hard. No fucks given.
Riverside Drive, like right before you get to
She's sending this shit to ICE. Does she tag ICE? Can she get a reward?
Six Flags. You get off on that exit and that QT, when you turn to right and the QT on your left hand side, oh, they over there too. All the time. And then on the east side, you get off on South Harrison, North Harrison, and you go over there to the gas station.
She's given the fucking longitude and latitude of all the illegals. Wow. Fucking hilarious. What's going on here? Oh, what's here?
For your friends that are undocumented, for your parents, for your siblings, for your family. Does that not bother you? How? Just tell me how. How could you walk up there and vote for him?
Yo, the amount of lip filler is like using up all my unlimited data. Holy fuck. Got the DSLs, and I'm not talking about the internet connection.
After everything he said he was going to do, you think just because you were born here, you're not gonna go through it? He doesn't like you.
All right, we're done with you. Americans agree we need to deport all illegals, not just violent criminals. Oh, not that shit again. Oh, what's up, homie? This dude goes hardcore.
To those with criminal records?
That's the target of this operation, but like I said many times, in places like sanctuary cities where we can't arrest a bad person in the jail. We would like to have access to the jail to arrest a criminal alien in the safety and security of the county jail, which is safer for the community, safer for the officers, safer for the alien. But when you release a public safety threat out of a sanctuary jail and won't give us access to them, that means we got to go to the neighborhood and find them. And we will find him. But when we find him, he may be with others. Others that don't have a criminal conviction but are in the country illegally, they will be arrested too. Because we're not going to strike, and this is the difference between the last administration and this administration. ICE is going to enforce the immigration law. There's nothing in the INA, the Immigration Nationality Act, says you got to be convicted of a serious crime.
This dude looks like he was on like a fucking cop show. He's everything a cop show embodies. He's just that hard-nosed, like fucking rule of law.
In order to be removed from this country. So there's going to be more collateral arrests in sanctuary cities because they forced us to go in the community and find the guy we're looking for.
Let me just make sure that I understand what you're saying, because at first you said that the first targets are those with criminal records. But you are also saying that those who are undocumented in the U.S., also who don't have criminal records, people who are working in their communities, maybe even have spouses who are American citizens, they could be swept up with ICE today as well?
What I'm telling you is when we go...
You know who did get swept up with ICE today? You guys know? Anybody want to guess? Florida. Well, Florida did. Also, that's where I be at right here. Actively, right now, it is 12 degrees and mostly cloudy. And Thursday, high of 23, low of 16. Yeah. Fucking cold in these parts, homie. Now back to our show.
Find our priority target, which is a criminal alien. If he's with others in the United States illegally, we're going to take enforcement action against him. We're going to enforce the immigration law.
What happens then? So the ICE officers gets an individual or a set of individuals and apprehends them. What next? What do these ICE officers do?
This is what an ICE agent should look like.
Because in some cases, and you know this far better than I, they haven't been deported in the past because their country of origin won't take them.
Well, what happens after arrest? They're taken to an ICE office and they're processed and put in detention. While
Mr.
in
Freeze.
ICE officers work on travel documents. The host country sends travel documents saying, yeah, this is our citizen.
Quite the extensive collection here.
So they could be in detention.
Well, y'all, can you imagine just being an illegal and Mr. Freeze kicks in the door?
Made happen.
What if the host country doesn't want them, as has happened in the recent past?
We have various plans. We have various plans. Other countries are willing to take them. We have third safe country removals. So that's something we're working through. But I think you're going to see less of the recalcitrant countries going to take their citizens back under this president. This president has vowed that these countries will take them back. So I'll leave that up to the White House. But there will be negotiations with those countries who are pushing back on recalcitrancy, and they will be removed.
They will be removed. You heard it here first, folks. Not really. He's been saying that for a while. Bernie Moreno. When you house illegals in this country, the luxury hotels. Yo, this is actually a thing. I'm going to let this one ride. Because I've heard from the Berg area.
When you house illegals in this country, people who are not invited here like I was, like my family was, when you house them in luxury hotels at a cost of $6,000 per month per room, does that help working class Americans?
No.
When you give health care to those very illegals, when Americans don't have the health care that they need, does that help working class Americans?
No.
When you provide food to illegals, and in some cases, when they don't like the food, you give them $1,000 prepaid credit cards, does that help working class American citizens?
No, sir.
When you give sex change operations to illegals, does that help working class Americans?
No.
When you offer DEI courses, and instead of being promoted based on merit, and rather you have this insane move to DEI, does that help working class Americans?
No.
And when you fly immigrants from foreign countries to the United States on private jets, does that help working class Americans?
No.
Wow. I mean, as I was saying in Pittsburgh, I go to the Steel City Con every once in a while, and I think I brought this up on past shows where they had the DoubleTree Hotel that was behind the convention center, which was the Monroe Convention Center. And the city was, well, actually, the people that owned the Monroe Convention Center were trying to sell it. And city said nothing about it, so they sold it to Hobby Lobby. And once they found out that they sold it to Hobby Lobby, they were like, well, you can't sell it, because they knew that it was a revenue bringer. And so once word of them selling it got out, the DoubleTree behind them was like, well, we're fucking out of here. We're done. And they closed up shop, literally. Left this big old fucking building standing there. It's got at least 10 plus stories. It's a big building. And so the city ended up working something out with Hobby Lobby where that they could buy the Monroe Convention Center and keep it. And when they kept it, that building's still standing behind them. It wasn't being used. They were thinking about tearing it down and then making a parking lot or a parking garage of sorts for the event. But a lot of the celebrities stayed there because it's really literally outside the door, go across to the convention center. Plus a lot of the celebrities also posted up, not just stayed there, but they did their booths in that building as well. So a lot of revenue gone there. But I guess they switched gears and decided, and this is from a couple of people that I talked to there, that they were going to house illegals and finance their rent and give them X amount of dollars in food stamps so that they could survive. And they're saying, and I can't validate 100%, but like the illegal immigrants there have increased by 2,000%. Not sure if that's accurate. Don't know if that's an exaggeration. But that's kind of what that guy was talking about right there with, financing these guys. When you got veterans or you got other people that have worked here and been there their whole lives and, yeah. What's this shit? Did she fall? Wow. This bitch is viral, bro. Oh, what's this shit?
Some breaking news from Germany now. An Afghan national has been arrested after a 2-year-old boy.
Germany. Why is this on Twitter? Like, I don't want to see dogs fighting. Get ready, men. When all the illegals are being kicked out of this country, skilled manual labor is going to be necessary. College is a farce. Send your children to trade schools where they actually learn a valuable lesson. I don't know. But Twitter is they all about this election shit. What we got here? Wait a minute. The eldest son of Reverend Marianne Budd, who scolded Trump at the National Prayer Service not to harm gays, transgenders, Muslims, or illegal aliens, works for the former head of Barack Obama's campaign team in Chicago. Contributes to Soros Swing Left PAC. Oh my, this is going to be great. I can just tell by the fucking lip liner.
Okay, white people. I'm white, you're white. We need to shut up and listen to people of color. However they're grieving, whatever they're going through, we don't know what they're doing, so we need to shut up and listen. That's not the nicest way to ask, but that's okay. That's part of the point. It's time for us to check our privilege and not expect everyone to be nice to us all the time. It's time to just shut up and listen.
Got a bat in a cave here or some shit. Like straight up booger. Oh my goodness. What? Is that them in the corner? That little circle right here? Am I seeing a fupa? Shit. Be sending this pronoun to fat camp. Whoa. Oh, well, here we go. And this looks like gold.
And I am officially declaring war on the Republican Party. If you are a Republican on TikTok and you want to interact with me, you deserve to die. You deserve to be shot. You deserve whatever suffering could possibly come to you. If you are a Republican and try to start any of that kind of nonsense with me in person, you will lose your life. This is war. I am not joking. It's done. You are not an American anymore. You're out. You're off the list.
This dude is making hostile threats. This dude, like, how are you not in jail? This is threats. Well, I'm not a Republican, not a Democrat, but you know that if a Republican were to come out here and say this shit about liberals, it'd be a fucking headline news. It would just be all over the fucking place. But this dude, who's got the messy bun and the non-symmetrical eyebrows, he's not joking, but the motherfucker is a joke. But let's let him continue.
You've been naughty. Like, come on.
Naughty.
We're gonna start giving you the coal in the form of massive stones on top of a slab of wood on top of you. Have a wonderful day. Hello, my name is Scarlett Kelly, and I am officially declaring war on the Republican Party.
Team Scarlett is angry.
On TikTok, and you want to interact with me, you deserve to die.
Wow. Trudeau warns Trump will need Russia, China, and Venezuela for resources if he enforces 25% tariff on Canada. Didn't this dude step down? Or isn't he stepping down? Fucking commie piece of shit. Freaking Elon. Oh, Ripaverse goalposts. Wow. Now the Gothics is in on the narrative created to divide us up. Lost my respect really quick there. What? I don't know if anybody follows Eric July, but if you don't, you should. Very logical man. Loved him some comic books. Used to do comic book and political commentary. Didn't like the trajectory of today's comic books, so he started his own company, very successful. And I have quite a few of his issues. Probably going to get that Yaira statue, too. But let me see here. My stepson reported me to the FBI. About half of J6ers were turned in by family. I am a J6er. So dumb. All right, well, let us move over to, let me see if I can pull it up. Looking for the merch store. Wait. The merch store. Where you be at? So I have it up here. Aether Drift. Let's look over here, shall we? That might be it. Bam. All right. Josh will be here Friday. We will team up on a stream, and we're also going to have a new shirt drop. I'm excited. Yet another one of my ideas brought to fruition and through his craftsmanship, because he's very artistically talented and I am not. I just come up with funny shit and describe it, and then he, makes it happen. But here's some of our merch. If you just now joining me, Bat Moist, Policy creates poverty. Excellent hoodie there. We got pillowcases with Mama, Make America Moist Again, and the hat. Let's look at the black one. The black one's dope too. Look at that, the black and gold. And we got a mama wearing some mama right there. Got the camo one if you're south of I-90 and you like to hunt. You got the hoodie. Oh, you have a gaming mouse pad, but as a Magic the Gathering player, I made it to the size of an actual playmat. So it's me, Shakesha Ray drew a picture of me as an anime creature or person, whatever you want to call it. I am a creature of habit. And yeah, we put it on there with my Roman helmet and the anarchy symbol in the middle. So if you're a Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon player, or just need a big ass mouse pad or a yoga pad for a toddler, because it's big as fuck. Oh, we got one there with Big Bad Brad, Moist and Meaty Baby, and me. Yup. We got the hoodies with them on it. Moist and Meaty. Support your local lot lizard. Moist and Meaty. And for the toddlers out there, the little people, your mom sells food stamps. Brilliant idea. Came up with that. And if the love of your life is out there and she needs a sundress when it gets warm, we have this will fuck for food stamps. It's a skater dress. 43 doll hairs. Very cheap. It's amazing. The model on there is phenomenal. Beautiful. Almost as beautiful as my creation. Will fuck for food stamps. Oh, what else do we got? Got the Moist and Meaty. Your mom sells food stamps with the little dude on it right there. We got the larger human ones. Team Schmeckel. We got the Moist 1 jersey. Also, I can scoop it instant speed, Magic players. Stay moist. Stupid idiot sweatshirt. Stupid idiot tank top. Booty head sweatshirt. This one right here, if you have a friend who has terrible hygiene and you want to give them a hint, buy them this shirt or wear this shirt in their presence. Brush your tooth. Toof. Yeah, not tooth, but tooth. So, but that is pretty much all I am going to cover. I just wanted to do a stream solo, maybe get some time under my belt so I can do this a little more often and learn the ropes and do it a little more conveniently and make better eye contact with the camera, which I keep catching myself not doing. But yeah, I might jump back on tomorrow night and do it, tomorrow during the day and do it. I don't know. Definitely going to be doing it Friday. So, yeah, hit the like, hit the subscribe, or don't. No pressure here. It's all about consent. But I'm going to sign off, and I'll catch you guys next time.